Boys, we are back with more Helldivers 2 news and updates. There was just a huge patch. We've got a lot to cover, so let's get into it. The most recent patch that just dropped added over 20 new weapon buffs, a much needed armor buff, and just a few weapon nerfs at the end that shouldn't make anybody cry too hard. Kicking things off, we have a much needed armor buff. Armors with an armor rating above 100 now also reduce damage on headshots, which I feel like should have already been a thing. It makes a lot more sense now though, that even while I was running heavier armor, I didn't feel tankier, I just felt slower and less athletic. Moving into some of the weapon changes, there is a ton here, guys, so I'm just hitting the big points. The full patch notes will be in the Discord, so if you want to take a look at everything, the link's in the description. Coming in with arguably the most devastating nerf of this patch, the LAS 99 quasar cannon recharge time has been increased by 5 seconds. With an already decent recharge time, this one is a heartbreaker for sure, but I don't think it's going to make it unusable by any means. Another nerf that doesn't hit nearly as hard is the LAS 16 sickle nerf. This nerf decreased the total mag amount from 6 down to 3. I don't think this nerf makes the weapon unusable by any means. It's still just as powerful. We just have to be a bit more considerate of reloads and our cooldown times. The Gardark Rover got hit with a pretty hefty nerf. This actually decreased his damage by 30%. Now this is listed as a nerf officially, but honestly, I'm getting hit with my Rover more than it's hitting the enemies, so this might actually help me stay alive longer. Moving into some good news, the Senator finally got that speed reloader that everyone was talking about. Now if you're reloading while it's completely empty, the reload speed will be increased considerably. The railgun also underwent a buff this patch. It now has increased armor penetration in both the safe and unsafe firing modes. Which is going to be nice considering most people live and die by the railgun. Moving into some of the stratagem buffs, the airburst rocket launcher that we just got from the last major order has gotten some adjustments on how fast this bad boy actually decides to explode. It's no longer going to be exploding when shot near stratagems like the turrets, the sentries, the resupplies, and other Helldivers, thankfully. And it now has a reduced proximity radius. These adjustments hit a lot of the major complaints that people were having about it. It did make for some hilarious clips though. And rounding off the patch, we're getting into some of the enemy adjustments. The Bile Spewer and Nursing Spewers now have slightly reduced speed. The Hulk Scorcher direct flamethrower damage has been reduced by 20%, thank God. Gunship sideway movement has been slightly increased, but gunship spawners now have a much lower cap on how many gunships they can have active at the same time, so we don't end up fighting 50 of these things like we're in a Galaga match from hell. This patch also addressed a massive amount of crashes and bugs, so it's nice to see that while we're gearing up for some new Warbond content, got some leaks on that bad boy coming in a video soon, we're also getting those fixes that make the game more stable. Anyway, that's the updates for today, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Hit the sub button for more, and I'll see you in the next one.